So Microsoft Flight Simulator is out. Today I'll be reviewing mostly every aspect of it and showing you, in my eyes, if Microsoft Flight Simulator is worth it. Stay tuned. Hello YouTube, I'm Pilot Stud and today I'll be reviewing Microsoft Flight Simulator in many aspects, in scenery to aircraft quality, all the way to multiplayer. If you're new here, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. I do flight training videos, flight sim videos, trip reports and a lot more, so if you love everything about aviation, you've certainly come to the right place. But now, let's get into this review video. Because there's 3 versions of Microsoft Flight Simulator, I'll be talking about my experiences with the Premium Deluxe version. So in this version you do only get 10 more aircraft and 10 more airports than the standard version, but seeing as I do make videos on the simulator, it's quite a big thing for me, that's why I bought it. Let's start by talking about aircraft. So in the Premium Deluxe version I have 30 aircraft to choose from. There's so many that I haven't actually flown all of them yet, so I'm just speaking about my experience of some. I've flown the A320neo, which I thought was very interesting to fly. It's very well crafted, it certainly looks awesome. But I'm afraid the physics are a bit off at the moment, but I'm sure they'll get there. Cockpit wise, some stuff is missing, well, quite a bit of stuff if I'm being perfectly honest, so you can't replicate a total realistic manner of flight. However, freeware developers are already working on an improved version. There's a link to this video where I talk about this in the top now. So I really think this aircraft has potential, and we've got to remember this is early days for the game. Microsoft have said they'll be working on this for years, but anyway, it's a joy to fly even if the physics are a bit off and the realism's a bit low. Now let's talk about the 787. This came with the Premium Deluxe version, and like the A320, it certainly looks awesome. It looks very beautiful in my eyes, but like the A320neo, the cockpit's not fully finished and the physics are a bit off. As I said, I think this will improve over time, and if not, we'll certainly get some freeware developers working on it, and we will definitely get some payware airliners, so keep an eye out for them. Now let's talk about general aviation aircraft. Now VFR flying is really where this game shines. The general aviation aircraft I've flown, i.e. the Cessna 152, Cessna 172 and the Diamond aircraft, are all incredibly well crafted, minus the G1000. Now the G1000 isn't fully there yet, but the steam gauges in the steam aircraft look awesome. The physics are quite realistic, I have to say, even though they are a bit off depending on what weather conditions are, but they're certainly better than the A320 physics. They look beautiful, as you can see from the video and screenshots now, and they are a joy to fly. VFR flying really comes to life in the sim. So overall, I would say aircraft aren't fully developed yet, but they're certainly getting there. There's certainly a lot of potential, and Microsoft, Asobo and all the other developers are certainly putting effort into them. 30 aircraft is a massive choice, a massive variety, and it really caters to most tastes, which I suppose is why they aren't all fully made yet, because there's a lot of aircraft are fully made, but the general aviation aircraft are basically there, they're ready to go out of the box. To sum it up, if you want to fly IFR on VATSIM or whatever, I don't really recommend Microsoft Flight Simulator right now. It's certainly not ready for it. You can't even hold in an A320 as far as I know, and the procedures aren't all there. Also, autopilot doesn't really work very well in the 747 and 787, so keep an eye out for patches, fixes and updates on those. Okay, now let's talk about scenery. Scenery wise, even on medium high settings on my mid-range computer, it looks absolutely beautiful. Much better than X-Plane 11 on ultra settings, and certainly better than FSX could provide. Honestly, everywhere looks stunning. There is a few glitches because of the Azure system, i.e. we've had some issues in Melbourne where it spawned a massive tower that isn't there in real life, and I've also witnessed some issues in Alaska where it replaces glaciers with massive bodies of flowing water, which is funny, but I'm sure they'll fix it. Overall, scenery is amazing, as you can see from these screenshots. In the Premium Deluxe version you do get 30 handcrafted airports, and in the Standard Edition you get 20 handcrafted airports. Now handcrafted airports are amazing, if a little demanding on your PC, but honestly it really increases the realism tenfold. One of my favourite places to fly at the moment is Gibraltar and the Caribbean. They both look amazing. So overall, scenery is really well done, perfect for any VFR flyers. Most airports, default handcrafted, all look amazing. It's certainly better than anything X-Plane or FSX could provide. Therefore, if you're a VFR flyer, I highly recommend Microsoft Flight Simulator for you. it will do you wonders. Now let's talk about some other aspects. Now the clouds in Microsoft Flight Simulator do look epic, although they are a little demanding on your PC, so if you haven't got too much of a beefy PC, you won't be able to see these in full glory. Now with most simulators, Microsoft Flight Simulator also has the option to use live weather, but unfortunately it's not fully there yet. They need to add a few more cloud types, because there's some times where clouds won't look very realistic to match weather conditions, but it's certainly getting there. The weather system is really well made, weather looks realistic, and you get windshield effects with running rainwater on your cockpit, which always looks amazing. So weather is really there. Now let's talk about multiplayer and AI traffic. There's so many options for AI, live or multiplayer traffic, so much so that it confused me. You could have live traffic which follows real aircraft in the sky with official call signs, and obviously, seeing as they're following real aircraft in the sky, you have realistic traffic at the right airport. Now this is nice, but there's not CSL models or whatever the Microsoft equivalent is, so you do see some interesting choice of model matching. For example, for a Logan Air turboprop aircraft, it was replaced with a Cessna 172, which was certainly interesting, but this is really well done in my eyes. As soon as I can get some more models in here, or some liveries, and make it look 10 times better. Now multiplayer is also very nice. You have the option to fly in groups or with all players. All players is certainly demanding. I cannot play like it. For example, I had 200 players at Innsbruck, which completely destroyed my PC. I think it would destroy anyone's. It is literally so demanding. I do not recommend you turn this on. I've also had some problems with multiplayer setting up. Sometimes people can see me, sometimes they can't, sometimes I can see them, sometimes they can't. But I believe it will be fixed. You've got to remember this is a brand new simulator, not everything's going to be there yet. But overall multiplayer is very awesome. Talking about UI, the user interface is very awesome, very cinematic, very beautiful looking, and the flight planning system is very nice. Let's also talk about accessibility. If you're new to flight simulation, do not worry, Microsoft certainly provides for you. There's auto checklist features, and integrated checklists are also very good. It shows you where the buttons are if you want to press them. If you don't, it does it automatically for you. There's also a fantastic amount of tutorials and challenges. Not that I've been through many of them yet, but I'm sure if you're new to flight simulation, you'll love them. They'll certainly help you out. So, my final review of Microsoft Flight Simulator so far. In my eyes, it's not completely there yet. It is an awesome sim, fantastic with VFR flying. It runs really well on my computer. For example, I certainly could not run X-Plane on ultra settings at all. But Microsoft Flight Simulator gives me better graphics than X-Plane on ultra settings, and I can run it even on medium-high settings. So I was very impressed. If you want to see my PC build, I'll put a link up to the top now. Microsoft Flight Simulator is certainly worth it for me. It's not all there yet, but they're going to improve it over time. Microsoft, I believe, are planning to stay with it for the long term, 5-10 years it could go up to, like Flight Simulator X did. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think Microsoft Flight Simulator is the next level of flight simulation? I'd love to hear your feedback. In my eyes, it's certainly worth it. Go get it if you haven't already. While there was a bit of problems with downloads at the start, they sorted it pretty quickly, and you can see the team is very keen to make this the best flight simulator ever. So there you have it, guys. Here was my review of Microsoft Flight Simulator. I hope you enjoyed. So thanks for watching this review, guys. If you agree with me or disagree with me, make sure you put it down in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Thanks to all my captains as always, your names are below me now. But thanks for watching, guys. That's all today. Bye bye.